Hello, friends. I have something very unscripted and close to my heart to talk about today, and that is wellness industry hostility, which I'm on the receiving end of. So, hi, I'm Erin. I'm a nutritionist that specializes in women's weight loss. That's all I do. I truly couldn't help you with your B vitamin insufficiency or your methylation problem or detoxifying your liver. I don't do any of that. I simply do women's weight loss. There's a lot of metabolic, behavioral, and psychosocial aspects to women's weight loss that I factor completely into my program. It's not just eat this, do this. It's how we think and feel about food in our bodies and the wellness narrative around us, which is why this conversation is pertinent. I'm a nutritionist in private practice, which means I'm a business owner. I didn't set out to be a business owner. I set out to help people with their weight loss efforts. And as a consequence of that, I am a business owner. And as anybody who owns a business knows, you have to have customers to make it viable. And also, it's what gets me out of bed in the morning is working with amazing women on this. I only want to work with amazing ones, quite frankly. So I have a whole application process that involves like, are you who I want to work with? Can I help you? Are you helpable? Are you coachable? Are we going to work together well? There's a whole process to getting into my client roster, as there should be, because it's a relationship. It's not just a plan or a program. You work with me for 6 months. We go very deep into how to eat, how to execute your life with these new food behaviors, how to get results, how to maintain the results, how to handle the way you feel about it. It's 6 months. It's a deep dive. It is a lot. And I pour my heart and soul into it. People who come to work with me are prepared to do that work with me. And that's how this relationship works. But I do have to attract ideal clients into my roster. So to do that, I use a variety of tools, marketing tools, right? I post on social media. I send out emails to the people who opted into my email list, and I pay for ads. Now I'm coming to you on a Monday morning, and Monday morning is when I reluctantly go into the Facebook Business Manager, which is where I run my ads through. So I'm running ads on Facebook and Instagram, and they're just simple. It's nothing different than what I say all the time on social media and in my emails and on this podcast. I say the same thing over and over again. I'm not mixing it up here. I got one thing to say, I got one thing to do, and this is it, right? But the reason I say that I reluctantly go into the Facebook Business Manager Mondays is because that's when I receive vitriol, insults to my character from strangers who saw my ad. Now, first of all, we see ads all the time. I don't think we have to get angry about it. If I see an ad for something that I don't want or need or like, I can just ignore it. I also think, too, it's interesting because if I owned a clinic, let's say I had a clinic down on Fifth Ave, I had a brick and mortar nutritionist weight loss clinic, would people like come in and say, how dare you? No, they wouldn't. But for some reason, having an online business, people think they can do that and they get really annoyed. The thing is, the comments are always hostile toward me, but not though, because these people don't know me. Their hostility is geared toward the wellness industry. Oh, here comes another snake oil salesperson trying to sell us the miracle cure. That's the spirit behind most of the comments that I get. But I also get ones that say, shame on you for charging people money to solve this problem. If you know the solution, you should just give it to us for free, which is absolutely batshit crazy thing to say. I mean, you probably don't say that to your hairstylist, right? Your hairstylist could teach you how to do your own highlights. But do you think she should? No, probably not. So the hostility, though, has been so interesting. And I had one of these comments come in and I had to check myself. This came in this morning. That's why this is front of mind for me. The person said, I'm so tired of being gaslit. First of all, that's an incorrect use of the phrase gaslit, but whatever. I'm going to allow it. I'm so tired of being gaslit by all these influencers and social media people promising us the miracle cure, the path to salvation. And all it is buy my thing, buy my miracle cure, my supplement, my meal plan. And I was like, this person didn't obviously click through to see that I'm not only not selling supplements and meal plans, but I'm spiritually opposed to them. So that's fine. They didn't click through. They just were responding. That's pretty common outburst on social media, so I'm not taken by surprise. But I wanted to meet this person where they were with their hostility. And that's basically what I said is like, hey, it sounds like you've got a lot of hostility about the wellness industry. And I don't blame you because it's a multi-trillion-dollar industry that you, me, and all of us have been the target customer of since we were teenagers. And that's so frustrating. And I'm with you on that. And I think if you click through, you'll see that I'm with you on that. But if you don't want to click through, you don't have to. There are a million options for you. And interestingly, in this comment, the person made some good points. Here's literally what they said. I'm going to pull it up. Here's what the comment said. There's no miracle, and the more we continue to chase it, the more our stress goes up. Stress leads to cortisol, which leads to inflammation, which leads to more of the same problems we're all struggling and breaking our hearts over. Every single word of what I'm saying here, I am saying to myself, but less socials, more whole foods, more walks, more relaxing, more laughter, more time by the water, and joy. Simple plans with foods you love that are healthy and love you. That's amazing advice, apart from the cortisol thing, which is... cortisol doesn't just make you fat, but I agree with every aspect of the sentiment, including the fact that chronically worrying about your body and jumping from thing to thing is a chronic source of stress. And you already have enough chronic stress in your life. I don't think you need to add the stress of the wellness industry to that roster, says the girl inside the wellness industry. And I've been in it for 30 years, y'all. And one of the reasons that I got into this work that I do, there's many reasons. There's a lot of origin story to this, including my own prediabetes diagnosis and what have you, disordered eating, disordered exercise patterns, the whole kit and caboodle. But there was this one moment where I was standing outside the fitness studio at the gym that I worked at, about to go in and teach a fitness class to the same 35 ladies that had been coming to my fitness class for the last 10 years, busting our asses in this fitness class, and not one of them was improving their health or body composition. And I was like, what are we doing? Now, granted, fitness classes are very fun and there's a social component, which is amazing. But the whole reason I got into this line of work and have honestly put my flag in the ground in the way I have is because I share this commenter's frustration and I share their solution, that actually the solve is very simple and pure and very human. To reiterate what she said, less socials, get off your phone, more whole foods. Yeah, just eat good food. More walks, more relaxing, hell yeah. More laughter, definitely. More time by the water and more joy. Simple plans with foods you love that are healthy and that love you back. So making health choices that you love and that love you back is actually incredibly sage advice. And this person sparked it by feeling hostile about me selling something. In my ad, I'm not selling anything. I'm just saying, hi, I'm Erin. If you'd like to learn more about how I work with people, here's where you click to learn more. That's it. Like your credit card does not come out if you see my ad. Don't worry. We're saying the same thing. And her hostility was so pure. So I want to bring this around to you because I know there's an underlying mistrust and hostility in all women, the ones even who end up in my calendar. I have to fight that. I have to muscle up to that every time I have a conversation with a woman, knowing that they don't believe in me, they don't believe in anybody, including themselves. And that's a major hurdle to overcome. So here's what I say. Use frustration as leverage. I think anybody who's ever been successful has felt frustrated by something and said, and I'm going to do something about this frustration because I don't like the feeling of frustration. You know, our emotions have physical manifestations of feelings. Like emotions have a physical feeling. Think about it. When was the last time you felt embarrassed? That's an emotion that has a physical feeling and it's palpable. You know what sad feels like. You know what disappointment feels like. Now think about what frustration feels like. I've done a lot of home improvement projects here in my little cottage in the woods. And one of the worst home improvement projects there's a couple I can think of. Exterior painting, up and down the ladder a million times? No. Installing light fixtures in the ceiling? No. They're frustrating. And that feeling of frustration is like, you grit your teeth, you want to just like squeeze something. You know the physical feeling of frustration, which is where this kind of quote unquote hostility comes from. I'm frustrated. Why is nothing working for me? Why is nobody giving me clear answers? And this commenter felt the frustration and then kept feeling it all the way through until the end of her comment was actually the solution she was looking for. What if you just did all that? You clicked on my ad, felt frustrated, rolled with the frustration till you got to solutions, and now you have a solution which, if you went and executed that, less socials, more whole foods, more walks, more relaxing, more laughing, there's just no way you're not going to feel better. And when you feel better, your body responds better. You know, health creates weight loss, I believe. Now, the thing is, will she execute? That's actually the next step. I think we have to have this moment of clarity, which is often triggered by emotion. We have to have the moment of clarity. We have to be able to be open to the solution, the actual solution. I'm talking about a solution, not a quick fix. I think those are very different. And then you have to execute on the solution, which is the hard part. which is truly the part that I offer my clients to do. Like this commenter could come into my program knowing all this now about herself. And I could say, let's work on it for 6 months. Let's just take what you said in that Facebook comment and let's you and me work on it for 6 months so we can make sure that you've got it. I don't have any special skills with helping people execute apart from immense amounts of support and accountability so that you can show up for yourself, hold yourself to this outcome that you want, and I'm there for you, right? And actually, we all have the answers within us. You already know what to do, but you're not doing it. And that's not a defect of your character. It's hard to execute things that are different and outside of our comfort zone. It's just objectively hard. Our biology is wired to push back against change like that. So you really are fighting against your biology to a certain extent when you decide you want to change. But when it feels bad enough that the pain of staying stuck where you are is greater than the pain of making a change, that's when you know you're ready. So I wonder about this commenter. I think she might be ready because I could feel her emotions coming through this comment. And so I wanted to share this anecdote really quick with you because I'm sure you're feeling some things about your body and your health and your weight and the narrative all around you about what you're supposed to be doing, and cortisol, which she brought up as well. Anytime cortisol enters the conversation, I know, oh, this is a person who's gone through the ringer on the wellness industry and they're in cortisol land now, baby. And I feel for that. For 15 years, I've not been there. For 15 years, I've been here. Sensible, guided approach to understanding your body and providing the inputs it simply wants and needs. But what I know is that the implementation is the hard part. So get frustrated, feel it, and then do something about it. And if you're a good self-implementer, you're off to the races, baby, because that frustration is going to launch you. And the thing about frustration is we don't like the way it feels. So once you feel it and then you identify the thing that could solve it, you're not going to be in a hurry to feel frustrated again. You're going to want to run away from it as fast as you can, as long as you know what to do and how to execute it consistently enough to get there. That's the hard part. And that's frankly what I'm selling on my Facebook ads. If you ever see one, I'm helping you with implementation if you need it. Yes, feel hostile to the wellness industry. Also would ask you to recognize that there are some corners of the wellness industry that are not trying to convince you to buy the supplement of the month. And I don't have a $7 summer shred meal plan for you. I don't have anything like that. I'm not actually trying to make a quick buck. I'm actually trying to help you make a lifelong change. And you know what? If I'm going to do that, I need to have ads. So if you come across my ad, please, I beg of you, just be nice. I'm a nice person, and so are you. But you can feel frustrated, and if you do, leverage that, baby. That is an absolutely pure place from which to make massive, meaningful change. And I'm sorry, on behalf of the wellness industry, that we brought you to that feeling. I am deeply, deeply apologetic. I'm the biggest apologist you'll know on behalf of the wellness industry that I've been in for 30 years. We ruined your autonomy. We made you feel like you're too dumb to figure it out yourself. We made you do things that don't work and then blame yourself because it didn't work. That is worthy of frustration. So feel the frustration and then do something about it.